Welcome to this post-race press conference for this, the 10th round of the MCE Insurance British Superbike Championship. And it's a very, very welcome back to Tyco BMW's Michael Laverty. Michael, an absolute cracking race between you and Shaky. Just give us your thoughts, if you would.
Yeah, it was a good race for me. Made a bit of a gamble and went for the harder rear tyre. Everybody else in the first two rows seemed to go for the soft. So I knew I was going to struggle to hang on in the early laps, and I kind of lost touch a little bit. Then mid-race I started to come back, and I probably took a little bit too long to pass Hopper and Shaky first time around. But once I got through, I could see James coming back to me. I knew he was starting to struggle with grip, but I just didn't have enough laps left, and my front tyre started to go off. So the last few laps I was struggling more with the front than the rear. So, yeah, it was a bit of a battle. The last lap with Shaky, I had plus naught on my board. I could hear him at the tight stuff, and then he made a move into the last corner. But he just went a bit too wide, and I was able to square it back up the inside. So, nice to get our first true podium of the season. Just as the showdown starts, you know, it's all credit to the Tyco BMW team. I had a bit of a moan after the last race that there's just something not right with my motorbike. I'm just not riding how I should be, and they've built me a new bike this weekend. And from the first laps of FP1, it was like, right, now I finally got a motorbike I can race. So thanks to them, and also they've brought an upgraded swing arm this weekend, which I really like. So we're starting to make inroads to where we need to be.
Any more changes for race 2?
Yeah, I'll need to make a decision on the tyre. I'd possibly like to race the soft one, and there was a couple of little setup issues I'd like to try and work on. I think we can improve our pace.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, Michael. First podium, proper, as you say, since 2012, although you've been doing other things that have been occupying you. Let's turn to JG Speedfit Kawasaki's James Ellison. James, you said you were going to come here and take some points out of Shaky, and you've done that with the second place.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's loud, sorry. Yeah, the plan was obviously to come here and do the best we could. We needed to start winning because we've lost so much in the middle of the season through injury, and we needed to come back here and start winning if we had any shot at the title. And Josh has just put another 5 points into that, so he's making it even more and more difficult. But we certainly won't be giving up till the very last lap of Brands Hatch, and just going to keep plugging away. I actually felt like I had really strong pace then, and I was, you know, with Josh at the start of it, and felt pretty comfortable, as comfortable as you can be going at that pace. But the bike felt great, and just about 5 laps in, I started to get some vibration out of it, which we had in qualifying. And it just gradually got worse and worse, and just really affected corner entry. It kept chattering and running wide, missing apexes, and I could see we'd made a big stretch on the guys behind, and I could see there was a battle going on now on my board. I had Hopper, then it was Byrne, then it was Laverty. So I knew the guys were there, and I felt like I had a big enough gap, but then it just got worse and worse, and I was literally just trying to stay on line really towards the end. And when you've got that kind of issue, you start thinking about it a bit too much and overcompensating, making more mistakes and going maybe too slow. But we really need to get to the bottom of that and find out what it was, because I certainly had the bike to run at the front with Josh right till the end of the race, just if we could have solved that problem. So we're going to look into it and see if we can fix it for race 2.
Congratulations, James. Another fine podium.
Thank you.
And solidifying that third place in the championship too. Congratulations. Talking about positions in the championship, you started with a 2-point advantage. Josh, you've now got a 14-point advantage over Shaky Byrne. I know there's 6 more races to come, but that must be pleasing for you.
Yeah, most certainly is. If I turn back to the last race at Alton Park to watch Shaky overtake me and make a gap to finish the race ahead was a bitter pill to swallow, should I say, at the last race. So I've had 2 weeks to stew on that and come back with more aggression, maybe. But yeah, no, that was the best I could do then. And today, again, fighting the best I could do. And today it was enough to win. So really pleased with the bike and the Milwaukee team. I'm actually quite happy to hear James's comments, because at the start of the race I also felt good with the bike and was happy with the pace, and didn't want to push harder than I needed to because I already felt like that was quite fast. And then I started to feel what seems to be quite normal spin in the rear tyre, and then at about half race distance a vibration came because the rubber was obviously wearing off the tyre quicker than we expected. So the wheel became out of balance, and it was vibrating a lot and be getting worse and worse as the laps went on. And at that point I was quite concerned that maybe a situation I had only for me, you know, and everyone else may have been without problem. But then I seen the gap on the board was still staying the same, or if some laps when I did a good job it would actually get bigger. So I knew that it wasn't just my problem, everyone must be suffering the same. And it seems maybe the cooler conditions today didn't help. But for sure, as James said, we need to look and see if we can find a solution, because if our competition does, then we might be in trouble in race 2.
And when you say your competition, you mean who?
Well, obviously these guys next to me have put in a good race, but you know, the never give up attitude of Shaky certainly is something we've got to keep an eye on, and hopefully, you know, he doesn't have all the success, but if he does make a good hard return for race 2, then I need to be ready.